Hello everyone, it's me Papi, and I'm gonna be showing you some tips and tricks and position spots with Soldier 76 on Junkertown. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to give it a like and let me know what do you think in the comment section below. Enjoy. Okay, starting with offense. With Soldier 76 on Junkertown, you have to know that your sight line on the first point is pretty long, and therefore you might experience some issues like trying to find kills or getting sniped by Hanzo or Widowmaker. This is general wise because this point is like pretty open, and what you need to do with Soldier 76 is try to not die. I know like this sounds weird, but like try to not getting sniped and use the best cover locations that you currently have, and try to DPS as much as possible. So when the payload is moving and it's not like passing through this choke, like don't stay on this bridge. This bridge means immediate death. So if you want to peek anywhere, just stay here, DPS these points here, so you can actually push away some DPS or tanks. From here you can peek a bit over there, but keep in mind that this side here is pretty spammable choke point and you might get sniped, so keep that in mind. You can come also on this side and DPS from here, like don't be too greedy as you might die, and you can jump on this side and DPS from here. You have pretty good sightline here. You can apply a lot of pressure. If you're not being contested, you don't need to move much, especially if the Widowmaker is not visible and like you can DPS their tanks and some pressure. So let's say that the payload is over there and the fight is happening like here over the bridge. You can try to rotate on this side, because from here you can DPS the high ground here and you have clear vision what's happening here. So basically, if for example the enemy supports are already here, you can try to find the quick kill and go back. Also, there is another one, like you can go over here, like just down over here, but you need to know where the tanks are, that they don't have CC. For example, no Hook, no Urisapu, no Macristan, etc, etc, no Anasleep. So you can go here and try to find a flank kill, but I do not recommend. I would say like stay here, poke a bit, and then go back to your team and try to hurt this corner here, because whenever the payload is over there, from here you are very strong. You can apply a lot of pressure, you can clear the windows with right click, you can shoot, and you can do a lot of stuff. Okay, going forward for the second point, I would suggest immediate high ground takeover, because that's very important. DPS from here, DPS over there, but be very vigilant, because if they have Hanzo can spam this choke point and you can die. So don't stay on one spot, like just peek, shoot a bit and then go back. There is also a flank from here that you can master. From here you can rock a jump to over there like this. It's a very nice flank. You already have this high ground and you can DPS and be annoying from here. So if they decide to push you, just drop down and stay with your team. You have Mega also, you have a lot of options. Keep in mind that second point is kinda hard for Soldier, because this flank from here, let's say that the payload is over there and you want to flank them. If you do this flank, you can only do it if they're standing over there, somebody is here and no one is over there. Because if there is someone here, for example Anna, she can sleep you and you can die. So I do not recommend. Also, for example, if you know that all the enemy team are there and nobody can push you, just like do a quick jumps here and stay here. Like from here you can do a lot of stuff. You can even come here and continue the pressure, because like they'll have immediately to give all the space that they have to contest you. So that's kind of huge. So if you make this flank, go for the far right side flank rotation. But as I said, I would prefer to do the rocket jump on this side and flank from here and DPS from here, rather than doing the other way around. But like, do and play with the space that you have, because sometimes you don't have many options, and that's the space that you have, and that's what you need to do. From here, this is a very good spot for tactical visor. You can hide here, visor from here, or you can be here and visor from here, so you can hide over there if somebody is pushing here. So this is a very good spot for tactical visor. Please consider using it as let's say if you cap the point, your first general rotation should be always taking this high ground. This high ground is so important for Soldier 76 that it means winning or losing. So controlling this high ground would actually mean winning or losing. And whenever you can and you have options to take this high ground, just take it. DPS from here, trying to find some backline kills. Always remember that you need to be in sight lines for your healer so they can heal you. Don't play too aggressively. Whenever you peek and if you take damage, just hide and wait for the kills. There is a way to get on the high ground from here, like this. Okay, I fucked it up. Like this. And there is also a way to get on the high ground from this side. Like this. This is the quickest way to get this high ground, so try to practice. If you don't know it, try to practice it so you can get on the high ground. Okay, so let's say that the payload is over here and you need to take this high ground because they're currently contesting it. You can simply make this rotation, and from here you can see what's happening in DPS. You see, it's pretty good. And from here you have all the vision over there, so you can stay here, DPS, and shoot and visor as much as you want. Like, this spot is perfect for Soldier. If you stay here, keep in mind that you can still get sniped from over there. You can still get killed. So I would say that you have to hook this wall a little bit closer, but I don't like it because you don't see what's happening over there and somebody can flank and kill you. So this spot here is much better, because as you can see from here you have clear vision to the door, and nobody can flank you, because they need to come from here, and to come from here they need to pass through your team. So that's kinda impossible. And that's it for the offensive point of view. Let's talk about the defender's point of view. Okay, so for the defender's point of view, please keep in mind that especially on the first point you might get a road because of your pick, especially because you're not playing Hanzo or Widowmaker. So to utilize the Soldier 76 at maximum, you have to be the annoying Soldier 76 that you can be. So what you need to do is, like, whenever the fight starts, try to poke as much as possible, like from here. Do some poke damage on shields, on tanks. Like, try to pressure the tanks. Try to give that annoying presence that you can be with Soldier. So whenever they send some tanks from the high ground to push you, just back over and try to rotate with your team and DPS from here. As long as the payload is over under the bridge over here, you can now try to think about flank and doing a flank rotation. So if the payload is under the bridge and you're getting pressured, Try to come over here and try to find, but like, don't start immediately shooting. Just scout a bit. Understand what's happening. If you see supports here, like hard scoping Ana, right click, left click, kill her. You know? Like, do the assassination. Don't come here, see someone and immediately start shooting and missing everything and missing the opportunity to kill someone. Be patient. Be patient. Take your time. And always, like, when you're like, let's say that there is Ana here hard scoping and not moving, don't move either. But if you're not moving, don't stay here in the open like this, because you can get sniped. Hide here and then do the sequence combo and kill her. So if the payload is over there, you can already use this corner here and DPS from here. They will need a lot of resources to push you out. So even if they have Widowmaker, she'll not be in out of your effective range, so you can actually do a lot of damage on her, and she would be forced to give space and give sightlines. So yeah, from here it's pretty good spot to DPS and pressure. If you are very pushed and they control all the high grounds and points, you can hug these boxes here and you can DPS from here. I usually don't like it, but like, you gotta do and you gotta work with what you have. So here, and as a last resort, you can stay on high ground. So for example, the payload is over there, your tanks are standing here, and the fight is happening, like the fight is about to happen. You can stay here and DPS from here as long as you want, you know, because if the payload is here, your tanks don't need to keep this space over there. Like, they will probably have to give it up in some time, and they can give that space by slowly poking backwards, and you can start DPS from here. But like, be very careful, because like, as you can see, Widow can stand there, Widow can stand here, and you might get killed. So be very vigilant. If they push the payload through the first point and you have to defend and you are stuck here, you know how to get on the other side with rocket jump already. But also you can utilize this high ground to poke, you know. From here you have vision to poke the backline, and even if that means result in your death, try to make it count, like trying to find some picks from it, you know. But I would suggest that if you know that they're coming, you can just rotate here and you can DPS from here. This is a very good high ground, so usually everybody's in your effective range, so they should be very scared when they're trying to push you. From here you can right click, DPS here, here, like everywhere. This is not so spammable point, but this is very hookable point. So if they have hook, be very vigilant, as you might get hooked and you can die. From here, if you're standing here, keep in mind that all of this high ground is pretty spammable choke point. So you gotta consider that you might get spammed, and that means you might get killed. Also, standing here means that somebody can flank you from this side and can kill you in the back. So, as I said, hug this wall here, check this corner, and DPS from here. I would say that this window is a must-have for you. You guys have no idea how many times by playing Cassidy or Soldier this window helped me win a game. Like, legitimately stole like 3 or 4 minutes here. But yeah, sometimes like your team also need to do something, so you can be actually able to stall the point for so long. And if the payload is over there and you're coming from spawn, where should you go, left or right? I would say always left. Left, because from here you have insta vision over there, you have natural cover, and you can DPS over here. Like, left is always good. Also, left is rarely contested by the DPS, because everyone is trying to take their left side, your right side, because they think that you might come from here. which obviously you can because this is a high ground and you can drop on payload, but you can also come from here, and this is a less contested high ground when the payload is over there and all the tanks are there. But sometimes some tanks are actually keeping this pace up, so keep that in mind. If you want to go on the right side, however, don't go the lower ground. If you want to go on the right side, come here and try to DPS from this window, or try to stay behind the banner here and DPS from here. These are the options. Like there is like not a single chance that you need to stay on the lower ground. Like please don't. It's no. So for the second point, there is nothing much to say except high ground, this high ground, control it, and try to stay as long as possible. That's like must have. If you need tank assistant, just ask for your tanks to help you with maintaining high ground control and DPS. If they are pushing with the payload over there, as I said, this window and DPS from here. You have vision, you can protect yourself from flanks, and you have so many options to visor from here. And yeah, again, high ground control. So if the payload is standing close to the choke and you don't know what to do, so if you're coming from spawn, DPS from here. Like there is nothing much you can do if you're coming from this side. If you're coming from the other side, you can try to do some sneaky things like check what's happening. If you have time, just quick flank rotate, and if nobody saw you, you can be in their back in no time, visoring and killing everyone. That's what I can suggest, but keep in mind that this time we can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 seconds. 6 seconds your team will be without your DPS. So just check if your team can survive for 6 seconds without you, do it. If they cannot, just don't do it and DPS from here and help your team by applying pressure to their tank. Okay guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to give it a like and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Bye bye and see you in the next video.